Hello, my name is Natalia, and this is Revelari Tarot. I wanted to talk about, first of all, I wanted to show you who I was. I wasn't hiding behind my hands until I get more comfortable on camera. I'm just going to do the tarot readings, just to showing the cards. But I want to talk about how and why tarot cards work. We all know the history of tarot, coming from 15th century, medieval playing card game, although there are some schools that thought that it was originally created as a divination tool. As an anthropology major in college, long time ago, interested in artifacts, the history of things, people, places. So I've done a lot of research on tarot cards. But why do they work? Why can I do a general reading recorded days or a month ahead of time or for the week ahead and have that be applicable to the events and people and situations and your behaviors? How is that possible? A lot of people might think it's so-called because of the Barnum effect, named after P.T. Barnum, the great showman, which in effect invalidates or tries to invalidate what we do as readers, by saying it's just a show, and that everything's all the explanations and situations are so generalized and vague that it applies, that you'll think you'll experience them. That may be true for some readers. However, some people are crystal gazers who use a focal point for divination. Some use flame, some use a ball. Nostradamus used a bowl of water. It's a meditative focus where we reach a higher, hopefully higher and not lower power that gives us messages for you. The tarot cards are, for me, that. And for a lot of readers I've noticed on YouTube. There is a phenomenon, or perhaps a nomenon, because those are two different words, both coming from the 16th century, like entomology as well, as you could tell, that is called the cocktail party effect. And that's a psychological term where it describes you being in a cocktail party and being able to, it's an auditory effect where you're able to hear some things and have that be present in your mind, but able to shut out all the white noise that you don't need, the information you don't need. So tarot, I think that describes part of the reason why tarot works. You will hear the message that is meant for you. And we are performing that. We are the messengers, essentially. So that is why you'll hear the same themes from different readers, because you do go through astrological cycles and themes, and that's why you see recurring cards. Right now, for instance, Virgos are getting the World, and I know this is a Virgo, so I feel competent to tell you that. And a lot of 5 cards, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. And back to the phenomenon and gnomon of tarot card reading. How it works is that we use the cards as divination or as a tool or a focus point to get messages, whether they be words, visual images, feelings. Some of us will feel the image. I don't know how to describe it other than that. or we're clairaudient. We'll get words said to us, and it has, for me, when I'm getting a clairaudient message, it's like it's being whispered in my ear, but you don't feel the breath, the expulsion of it. So that's how it works. But it's interesting to note that tarot cards haven't stopped being around. We have concepts and theories and hypotheses that go through a cycle where people are really excited about it and then they're not, and it falls to the wayside. Tarot has always been, and cartomancy, the divination through cards, has never died. It only grows in popularity. So to me, people feel you can go anywhere in the world and whip out a deck of tarot cards, and people will know automatically what it's for, what you're going to do with them, and they'll be interested. So another reason why it works is because the archetypes. Archetypes are important because these are cross-cultural, trans-historical, global. So these are images and structures and systems of imagery and symbols that's why I can whip out a deck of cards in, say, France, and people will feel what you mean, what the message is before you even speak. They can see the card layout and feel it, and then you give the message, and it's validated by the querent, the person you're reading for. So there's psychological effects and phenomenons and nomons present, but also here on YouTube you'll have a lot of readings that are coming from good people with good intentions and good energy. Indeed, the tarot cards can be used in an ill-mannered way, sort of like a Ouija board. But you can tell that immediately by watching a minute of a reader's video where it comes from. The bottom line is that we are getting messages for you in a generalized reading that works. The overall themes always work for every sign because they're themes of a group karma. If you're a Virgo, you're part of the Virgo group karma. Sagittarius, Scorpio, same thing. So that's why personal readings are really important, to get the specific message to you. So that's why I encourage those. But to get a generalized overall theme for the upcoming week or the upcoming month, very important that you view the generalized readings as well. And you'll see that one reader's generalized reading, if they're shuffling and cutting the cards on camera, you'll be able to see cycles in your life more apparent, become more apparent. And it's nice knowing where your possible pitfalls or things you have to watch for, way of avoiding situations. Like Fire Starter will give warnings. She's a really good reader. But you'll see the overall themes are always the same, and these are important. But this is good energy messages and warnings for each sign, and that's how it works. The archetypes will speak to you, and they'll speak to us, and like I said, it transcends cultures, and doesn't matter where you are. Tarot is here to stay, and I think it's an important tool that there's a reason why it's around. Please like, subscribe, and share my readings. I appreciate all the likes and subscriptions I've gotten so far. So please contact me for a personal reading or keep viewing. Thanks. Goodbye.